I don't know about you, but it has been a really long day. And when I've had a long day, what I like to do is to curl up with a glass of my favorite beverage, which is hot tea, and to hear a bedtime story. So you want to hear a bedtime story? Yeah? Okay. Let me see if I can find us a good one. All right. Bedtime story. Not scary, not offensive. I found one. All right, give me a second. You ready? Okay, here we go. Once upon a time, there was a small green dragon named Andronicus. He was the youngest of 7 dragons, and as you can imagine, it was pretty hard to find your place in the world when you're the youngest of 7 dragons. There was Amosai, the eldest brother, who was tough and fierce and could box anyone out of the ring. People far and wide admired him, but also feared him. Around town, he strutted because, let's face it, he had made his way in the world, and he always won. And then there was Nadaru, the eternal middle child. Yes, trapped in the middle, but we all know how middle children are. Troubled, but gifted with smarts beyond belief. Anytime there was a political debate to be solved, you could count on Nadaru to know the correct judicial answer. And each of his other dragon siblings seemed to have their own special talent as well. Whether it was super hot fire breathing or exceptional tower climbing skills, they each seemed to have something. And so, poor Andronicus began his quest to find his true talent. He left home, kissing his ma and pa dragon goodbye and hugging each of his 6 brothers and sisters, promising them he'd be home soon with a souvenir. He traveled for days, wandering, looking under rocks and climbing trees, searching for his true meaning in the world. Alas, he found himself in the center of the city courtyard, with people swarming all around, and yet he was alone, hungry, and wet. He was just about to give up when a beautiful Ericus angel with glittering purple wings descended upon him. She was the most beautiful thing he had ever seen. The creature saw his sadness, stared at him for a moment, and then took the wings off her own back and placed them on the ground in front of him. And then she said in the sweetest voice of all, "Dance, my dragon, dance." He looked at her and he said, "What?" She said again, "I said dance." He took a deep breath and he summoned every bit of courage in his body and he started to move it. And as he did, the angel's wings grew and grew, forming a stage around him. At first it was his head, and then it was his shoulders. Before he knew it, his arms and legs were thrashing wildly about. All the people in the town square saw his dance and were mesmerized. They formed a circle around him and began to clap, cheering him on as his dance became wilder and wilder. They started throwing money at the stage. At first it was small coins, and then it was larger coins that formed mountains around the small dragon. The dragon danced and danced. He had found his purpose. He was a fundraising dancing dragon. This day turned into the largest celebration that the city had ever seen, and from this day henceforth, it was known as the Big Payback. All right, good night.